This is VSiN, the sports betting network. This is VSiN Tonight with veteran handicappers Matt Youmans and Wes Reynolds on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Hour number 2 of the Circa Friday Football Invitational, Week 12. Jeff Petch, the Mad Russian, just flew in from Florida with his wife. They left their kids at home in Winter Garden, Florida. And you're not going to win Parents of the Year for leaving your kids at home on the holiday weekend.
I mean, absolutely brutal move on my end. But with that being said, hey, we've got a lot of support there at home. A lot of family friends that have picked up the slack for us. So I'll lose the plaque of Dad of the Year. But with that being said, I'm here, and I'm happy as well.
It's a great place to be, isn't it? Circa for the weekend. I know you are excited about the Ohio State-Michigan game on Saturday morning. You can see he's got the Michigan sweatshirt on. Your wife has a Michigan sweatshirt. And you both said, we were talking about this at Mega Bar before the show, you both said you're feeling pretty good about the Wolverines on Saturday.
That was one of my 7. You know, we decided to go ahead and you know, we've kind of been staying away from college because I think we've been under 50% on the year. But, you know, this was one of those deals where, you know, I saw a number. Yes, I would have loved to get a -3. I don't think it matters. I don't think that half matters. And we'll talk a little bit more about this game here in a second. But, yeah, obviously I'm a diehard Michigan fan. I'm ready to roll tomorrow.
All right, let's take a look at the standings here first and show you where Jeff Petch stands, which is second place right now. Scott Pritchard is the leader, 43 points, and Pritchard 42, 33, and 2 against the spread, 8 and 3 on his best bets. And Pritch is going to be in studio to kick off the final hour tonight. Jeff Petch from the Mad Russian Group, 41, 33, and 3, 42.5 points, 6 and 5 on the best bets in second. Kenny White in third, 1 point back of Pritchard, half point back of Petch. And then you've got Chris the Bear Felica of Fox Sports, defending champ, in fourth. Tony Gordon, who beat you by the tiebreaker for the 2021 Circa Millions championship. You guys tied for first, and Tony got the tiebreaker. He is in fifth right now at 41 points. Weston Stratman of Nashville, Tennessee in sixth. Kelly Stewart, Chris Piper, Randy McKay, and Paul Stone round out the top 10. We've had 3 contestants cut so far, and there's going to be another cut this week. There's going to be a cut for 8 straight weeks. Chuck Edel, James Salinas, and Stanford Steve, the latest cut. And right now, the guys sweating it out are going to be Doug Kazarian, Brad Powers, and the team of Frank Betty and Mattress Mac Jim McIngvale here as we get to week number 12. Jeff, you are 41, 33, and 3. And you've done it mostly on the NFL side, right? Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm more of an NFL guy. We love college football. With that being said, man, we've struggled this year. We're under 500 with college football, so we're kind of sticking to our guns here. You know, we love NFL, and we're passionate about it, so we're going to stay with there. All right, when you say we, can you explain to so there's viewers? A group of 3 of us when it's all said and done. So we've got my buddy Scott Porter and then my other buddy James Griffin. There's 3 of us. We're all from Battle Creek, Michigan, born and raised there. Close friends. Griffin went to my high school rival, which was Lakeview High School. We went to Harper Creek High School. So, you know, we've been friends for, call it, you know, gosh, I mean, it gets away from you here, but what, 40 years you call it? So, yeah. But, yeah, a group of 3 of us when it's all said and done here at the Mad Russian. Okay. And what's your ties to the Michigan Wolverines? I went to Western Michigan, went to the party school. Honestly, probably wasn't smart enough to go to the Michigan, but, you know, Tommy Boy's got nothing on me. It took me 7 years to graduate when it was all said and done, but I got her done when it was all said and done. But, yeah, no, Michigan, when I grew up, you know, my dad was a big fan growing up, and we just, you know, we had a lot of friends that were big fans. Western Michigan Bronco, Jeff Petch. Yes, sir. The Mad Russian in studio tonight. So let's go ahead and talk about why you played Michigan here in the contest at 3.5. Now, there were 3s out here early in the week. I was hoping this number was going to be 3 for the contest. Not the case, but you said you don't think the hook is going to get you. I'm going to swallow the hook, and I'm going to swallow it with pride. I just think that, you know, this game was won, obviously, in the trenches, and Michigan's dominated the trenches over the last 2 years. And with that being said, I mean, their defense, I mean, they're top notch. Only giving up 9 points a game.
Right.
They're ranked number 1 in the country, only giving up 235 in total yards. And then Ohio State offensive line, a little bit suspect there if you look at them. I just think they're going to win that side of the ball. And then if you look at the offense with Michigan, they ran 32 straight runs. When I grew up playing football, I coached football for years, and I love running the football. And they imposed their will on that Penn State team. I think they're going to continue to do that. With a Corum and a healthy Edwards that we haven't had here in the last year. And then also, with that being said, I mean, JJ's, it sounds like he's healthy too as well. It's going to open the play action for us. And all in all, I think that when it's all said and done, I just think that Michigan, better roster, better defense, better quarterback. I think we're going to kick their ass.
The last 2 years, that's exactly what the Wolverines have done to the Buckeyes. I was double-checking the scores. 45-23 last year in Columbus, and the previous year, 42-27 in Ann Arbor. And Michigan has controlled the line of scrimmage in those games. Now, there's some talk that J.J. McCarthy's been banged up, and that's one of the reasons Michigan ran the ball 30 times in a row in the second half against Penn State. I've also heard from a good source today that the Ohio State quarterback, Kyle McCord, is nowhere near 100%, and he's hobbled, going to be limited going into this game. So keep an eye on that with both quarterbacks.
Yeah, I agree with you. I know a guy behind a guy that says JJ's good to go.
Okay.
So he's ready.
All right. How about Jim Harbaugh?
We'll leave it at that.
What do you make of the whole Jim Harbaugh situation?
That's a bunch of BS. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, for crying out loud, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. I mean, if we investigated everyone out there, Matt, I mean, we'd end up with Army, Navy every week, and that's all we'd have. I mean, let's just pump the brakes. It's a little bit over the top.
It's the Spygate of college football.
It is.
Right?
It
Belichick and the Patriots and Spygate. All right, the first play for Jeff Petsch this week. He's in second place going into Week 12. Michigan -3.5. Now let's get to the boring games in the NFL. These are a lot of boring sides you've got here. We got a couple games that are interesting, but the first one I'll let you talk about is Colts hosting the Buccaneers. You're going to lay 2.5 with Indianapolis.
Yeah, I mean the Bucs, honestly, since their bye, they've lost 5 out of 6. They just got done playing the 49ers, who they beat the hell out of you. And these teams that played the 49ers the week before, we've seen that stat, you and I have, and it ends up tending to be in my favor. And then you're looking at their captain of their team, Levante David's going to be out. Their corner, Dean's going to be out. Davis is questionable, the corner there too as well. And then you got Devin White, another guy who's a game-time decision. So if you add all that up and then add that the Buccaneers secondary is just brutal to start with, 31st in the league, and then you got 2 guys, one guy's out, another guy's in. It just shows that Minshew is going to maybe have a little bit of a game here. I mean, the Colts have won 2 straight here off a bye. Defenses look pretty good. I think they're going to get to Baker. I really do. I think my gut tells me maybe 2+ turnovers here. So when it's all said and done, I think I think Taylor and Minshew do enough to get it done. I think it's going to be close, but we'll take the Colts -3.
Well,
-2 and a hook. Sorry.
I was looking at this play as well, Jeff, and I agree with you in that the Buccaneers, some of their best defensive players are probably going to be out.
Yeah.
You got to think that Gardner Minshew should be able to capitalize on that.
You would think so. I mean, look, is he the best? Backup quarterback in the league, bar none? I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know if you can name one better.
Last time I said that, he played a horrendous game and looked like a complete clown. So I'm not going to jump on that bandwagon.
Right. Gotcha, brother.
All right,
gotcha.
Let's get to Steelers-Bengals. No Joe Burrow. It's going to be Jake Browning. You're going to lay points with the Steelers offense, which is always risky on the road here. But you got a new offensive coordinator this week. And Steelers up to 2.5. This was, 1.5 last night?
Yeah. Yeah, you see that movement a little bit. But, this is a classic divisional rival game here, But with that being said, I think that Pitt will be able to run the football against this 31st ranked run defense. And then that'll set it up, the play action for Pickett. I think that he'll be able to, be able to move the ball a little bit. With that being said, so Cincy going from Burrow to Browning is honestly almost like going from Brady to Mac Jones to me. I mean, that's a huge drop off, right. Gigantic drop. And then you got no T. Higgins, so you doesn't have to throw to him at all. I mean, I honestly think this kid's going to be literally like he's going to be a deer in headlights out there. And I think that, TJ and the boys and TJ Watt and the boys are going to expose this kid with that. And I think that there's an opportunity here. It's going to be very low scoring. With that being said, I mean, honestly, I think the only spot here that might be a little bit low scoring this week might be my hotel room outside of this game. But well, with that being said, give me the Steelers in a track meet 20-9.
Total of 35.5 at DraftKings on this game, talking about Steelers-Bengals. And, without Joe Burrow, you would think it is a dramatic drop-off here. And I was talking about the Steelers a week ago. They're kind of the Iowa Hawkeyes of the NFL. They find ways to win all these ugly games, but they lost one last week in Cleveland 13-10.
Right.
They'll probably find a way to win this ugly game.
You would think so. Yeah, you would think Tomlin will find a way to win this one.
All right, so the first 3 plays for Jeff Petch, if you're going to follow along here, and also you can follow the contest on VSiN.com. We've got standings and plays up, and everything's going to be updated tonight as soon as the show ends. Again, at the website, VSiN.com. Jeff Petch on Michigan minus 3.5. Colts minus 2.5 and Steelers minus 2.5. And we got 4 more plays from Jeff. We're going to take a break and come back and get those 4, all in the NFL, including a best bet. And, Jeff, what kind of beer are you drinking from the
Miller Lite. This is going to be my support animal for tonight. So, I got my Miller Lite over here, and I'm feeling really good right now. Okay. When in Rome, that's what they say.
Getting warmed up. We're going to take a break. We come back. We got 4 more plays from the Mad Russian.
All righty.
Here are 3 reasons ZYN is America's #1 nicotine pouch. We use food-grade ingredients. We have a wide selection of varieties, and they all come in 2 strengths. Find ZYN at a store near you.
Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Okay, DraftKings, a bonus bet back if you lose, giving people a second chance? Ryan Fitzpatrick, you've had your fair share of those. Talk to me.
With a no-sweat bet, if your first team doesn't work out, you can just bet on a different team, like Miami or Buffalo, Washington, Tampa, New York, Cincinnati, Tennessee.
Cincinnati.
We're giving out no-sweat bets every NFL game day, every week of the season, to everyone. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Get more from VSiN. Sign up for the VSiN Daily. You'll get an email every morning with an unfiltered take from the VSiN team that gets you ready for the betting day. Sign up for free today at VSiN.com/email. That's VSIN.com/email. If you didn't catch Follow the Money, here's what you missed.
I know it. You know it. My mom knows it. Brandon Staley's not back after this season. He's got to be gone. He's agitated. He's pissed off. Any Chargers fans out there, not many of them, but you are as well, yet again. The guy's been a disaster. He should never be a head coach ever again. I believe in second chances. I've seen enough with 3 years out of this guy. I saw enough with Josh McDaniels to know that when the Raiders hired him, it was a huge mistake. How'd that go? He should never get another head coaching job. This guy's in way over his skis.
I would have let Staley go last year. He is delusional. He is stubborn. They have the worst pass defense in the league, and he still thinks his scheme and system works. And he's lost. He's lost. And now there are huge dogs. Plus 450 now at DraftKings to make the playoffs. Horrible loss again by the Chargers. They also, like Minnesota, have lost 5 one-score games, and you can't blow that. You just can't.
Follow the money weekdays at 7 a.m. Eastern.
Beat everyone's picks on the DraftKings Sportsbook app by joining the VSiN Betsgiving betting group. Who will be this year's Betsgiving champion? Find out only on VSiN, the sports betting network. Your NFL betting card isn't complete until you check out the Football Contest Show on VSiN. Every Saturday night at 9 Eastern, you'll get the latest information for the biggest football contests in Vegas and around the country. Hear from bookmakers about the consensus survivor picks and who the most common picks are against the spread from the contest leaders. Whether you're in a contest or just want help making your bets, make sure you tune in to the Football Contest Show. Saturday nights at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on VSiN, the sports betting network.
This is VSiN Tonight with Matt Youmans and Wes Reynolds on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Betsgiving is back. Most of the VSiN hosts, writers, and analysts are competing in a week-long competition to see who is the best bettor at VSiN over the holidays. Follow all the bets on the leaderboard at VSiN.com or go to the DK Sportsbook app, select social, then betting groups, and you'll be able to join our Betsgiving group to follow the action. My account's been locked out, so Jeff, I've not been able to join. I'm the defending Betsgiving champion, and I have not made a play yet because my account's locked on the app.
How does that work?
I don't know. Because a few people have had that problem.
I thought you were in charge of this whole place.
No, it's not the case. By the way, my mom just texted. She's back from her Hawaiian vacation. She said, Jeff Petch is a fun guest.
Oh.
So there you go. You got a fan out there.
Wow. How much do I owe her?
Nothing.
Okay.
She said that. She's brutally honest. So the fact that she likes you is a big bonus.
I'll take it all day.
She doesn't like many people.
Okay.
So she likes you. You got that going for you, which is nice.
Which is nice.
Jeff Petch, we got 3 plays in. Michigan -3.5, Colts -2.5, Steelers -2.5.
Yes, sir.
All right, 4 more in the NFL, Jeff, and
right.
Let's get to it. You're going to lay the Saints and 1.5 at Atlanta.
Yeah, a little uncharacteristic for the group, picking another road division road favorite here. But,
well, it's this week in the NFL, right?
Yeah. But this Atlanta QB room it's obnoxious. I mean, you go Ritter, then you go to Heineke, and then you go back to Ritter. It's clear what they're trying to do here. They're just trying to see, what do we got out of this kid? We got enough? Are we going to trade his ass? What are we going to do with him? Because they can't figure it out. And so, you're going up against a Saints team that's a top 10 defensive team in the league. I still feel strongly about that. Their secondary is strong enough where they're going to force this, team to basically kind of focus in on the Atlanta run game, kind of take that away from them. I think you get a healthy Carr here. He came out of concussion protocol. He's good to go. And if you get him a few extra possessions. I know he's not been dominant all year, but if you get him a few extra possessions, I feel like he's got enough athletes out there to make some plays. I don't love this play, with that being said, right, but I like it enough to lay the 1 and a hook.
There's not a lot of plays to love in the NFL this week.
I hear you.
While you were breaking that game down, your wife was looking at you just kind of like, I don't love that play either.
Boy, did I outkick my coverage, huh? Hey.
You sure did.
She is the better half.
I don't think she's crazy about that Saints play either.
Well, I don't think so either. She kind of cross-eyed over there. So.
How about Bills +3 at Philadelphia, and the Eagles obviously off a big game that they put a lot into.
Emotional win, right? Yeah. Emotional win for the Eagles. Did you think that they deserved to win that game? I think they did enough. But...
Well, I'll tell you what, the Chiefs did a lot to screw it up.
Yeah, they did. Sure. Good Lord, man. Good Lord.
How about Andy Reid punting on 4th and 4 from the 39-yard line? The Philly 39.
Right.
When you have Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback.
Yeah.
How many drops did the receivers have? I mean, we could go through all the mistakes that KC made in that game, but the bottom line is the Eagles get a big win on the road. You probably think it's a good time to bet against them.
Yeah, I think, with that being said, Hurts got sacked 5 times, in that game, and I just feel like Buffalo, they're second in the league right now in sacks. I think they're first in the league with quarterback hits, too, as well. So they're going to get after this guy a little bit, and then, the Bills defense, they're fourth right now with, 17 points a game, second in turnovers and 19 turnovers. They're an extremely desperate team. And if you give me a great team with a really good quarterback, and I know they haven't been a great team all year, but they are a really good team. They're well coached. And then I like this OC. This OC is kind of changed things. He's going a little bit more, let's pound, hit the running backs out of the backfield, eliminate some of these turnovers that Allen's been doing. I think Allen just came off the best game he's had all year. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the best game he's had. I feel like this is kind of one of those like sandwich games where you got the Eagles, they just played the Chiefs, and then next week they've got the 49ers at home. I like the Bills here, man. I don't know why, but I like them.
I do too. And in fact, this number was 3.5 this morning when Mike Palm and I did the show. I said, I hope this is still 3.5 at noon today because I plan on playing the Bills. And of course, the hook disappeared.
Yeah.
Before noon when we locked in the lines, but I'll still play the Bills at +3 here in the contest. And you're right, the Eagles are coming off a win over the Cowboys, win over the Chiefs.
Yep.
They got this game at home, and then they got the 49ers on deck. And the Bills are desperate because they're right now not a playoff team in the AFC. I think they're going to end up as a playoff team.
Yep.
But this would be a big win for them to get. I think
Huge
it's
win.
A really good spot for the Bills. So with you on that one, Bills +3.
You can't lose.
How about the Chiefs now coming to Vegas this weekend off that disappointing loss Monday night? Do you realize that before that Monday night collapse in the second half, Patrick Mahomes was 34-1 straight up, 20-0 at home when leading by double digits at halftime. And the Chiefs blow that game. Now they come out to Vegas, and this number is up to 10 at DraftKings. Here for the contest, you only get 9. You're going to take the home dog here.
Matt, when this line opened up, what do you think it was going to be?
I was going to say 8.
Okay. I was more about 7 and a hook.
Okay.
A rival game, and a road favorite and laying 9, it seems like a lot. It really did. It seemed like a lot. The Raiders did really well last week against a very explosive offense, and the Dolphins held them to 20. And the Raiders have done very well here recently. Since this new coach has come in, and they're playing for him. They're really playing hard for him. And the Chiefs haven't looked great. 2 out of the last 3 they've lost. Mahomes has been held under 200 yards. I think last 2 games. Another short week for the Chiefs too as well.
Yeah, playing on Monday night, short week. Also, I think Mahomes is playing at a really high level. Unfortunately, his receivers are not as well. I mean,
at this point, what I do if I'm the coach, I pull a Belichick. I double Kelsey, and I force them to beat us with somebody else. I mean, shit. I'm sorry about my language, but Matt, honestly, you and I should be out there. You and I should be out there for the receivers. I mean, who are these guys? I mean, the last time I checked, you probably ran a 6-flat 40, and I'm probably only good for maybe 2 go routes out of the game. But we might be better than what they've got for Mahomes.
I got better hands. I can tell you that.
Yeah, with that being said,
not the speed, but better hands.
So I just, I don't know. There's something about the Raiders here I kind of like in this division rival game. Give me the 9, man.
So a week ago when the Raiders were catching 13.5 at Miami, did you play that game?
I did.
Did you lay it with the Dolphins?
I did.
I know a lot of sharp bettors who thought that the Raiders were going to get routed in Miami last week, and I thought they were too. I didn't play the game, but they had a shot to win it.
Yeah.
They lost by 7. They had plenty of shots to win that game in the fourth quarter last week, and I thought that said something about, hey, maybe his Raiders are a little bit better.
Yeah.
And some people think it was not just emotion and bad New York offenses that they capitalized on in those wins over the Giants and the Jets and back-to-back weeks at home.
Yeah, I think, it's one of those, win one for Pierce deal. You know what I mean? Win one for Pierce. They love
playing for this guy, right?
They love playing for this kid. I mean, they'll run through walls for him right now as far as I'm concerned.
Antonio Pierce takes over as interim coach. It does feel like a different vibe around the Raiders. And I think I would play, especially at 10 at DraftKings, I think I'd have to play the home dog here. You're not getting the full 10 here in the contest.
Yeah.
Raiders +9 against the Chiefs. Now we get to your best bet this week, and it's Jaguars -2. We got a few Jaguars plays in the contest tonight. And Mike Palm was in studio with me the first hour. He's on the Jags as well. I know somebody else has got it as a best bet. And the trends do not scare you here, apparently, because Houston has won 16 of the past 19 and 10 of the past 11 and beat the Jaguars 37-17 in week 3.
Well, where the hell were you with that information before?
You knew the information. It doesn't bother you.
No, it doesn't bother me.
No,
it doesn't bother me. And I think this might be my game of the year.
Is that right?
And I'm gonna make that call right now. Yeah. Okay. And if I, if I do that down my leg,
how many beers have you had tonight?
I'm about 4 deep.
Okay, that's not bad. All right.
Is that right, Dawn? 4.5? I'm right around there. 4.5.
So this might be your game of the year.
This might be my game of the year. And can we pump the brakes a little bit on CJ being the MVP? I mean, did everyone forget about Hurts, Jackson, Mahomes? I mean, these guys are putting him out like a silver damn platter, and it's not because he's an Ohio State Buckeye. It's not because of that. I will tell you, it's not because of that. But I am just over hearing all this BS about him being the greatest thing since sliced bread. Give me some film. Give me a previous game, and let's see how he does this week against this Jacksonville defense. And I think what you're going to see is a few turnovers again, just like he proved the last week, giving up 3 interceptions. And I was on Arizona last week too, so that was a nice little win there. But I think the Jags, they've won 6 out of 7, man. They're 3. What are they? 7-3 against the spread this year. Trevor Lawrence coming off his best game all day.
Maybe a game of the year for Jeff Petch. It's his best bet this week. Jaguars -2. He was in the 2021 Circa Millions contest, tied for first. We're going to call him the runner-up because Tony Gordon took the tiebreaker that year. And the Mad Russian NFL is where you can find him. Mad Russian NFL on Twitter. And you can also find him out at Mega Bar tonight right after this spot on VSiN, right?
Matt, you keep bringing up that tiebreaker deal, you know, and we've gotten over it. But I will tell you, if it's down to Derbify and I leading, you know, going in the final stretch here, I'll have Tanya Harding on the speed dial. I will take matters in my own hands and make sure that crap doesn't happen again.
Watch out, Tony.
So.
Can the first place Ravens flex